Good evening, everyone. I'm Lifestyles with Eric. When you come into my house, wipe your feet and super violate that like button, please. I need many likes. I need as many likes as I can get. Please share the video out. Subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you a part of our family. We definitely keep it real over here, and we definitely uplift one another too. So make sure you subscribe to Lifestyles with Eric and come on in and listen and join the super chat. I mean, or just join the chat and we can talk and have a good time. And we, excuse me, we are live. Waiting on Mr. Rico to come in, and we are live again. It's Hump Day, holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Indy 500. If you're a race car fan, I live in the city that hosts the biggest race in the whole world, the biggest spectacle of racing in the whole world, the Indy 500. Also home of the Indiana Pacers, which play tonight against the New York Knicks in New York at 8 o'clock. So we'll be on that at 8 o'clock. And hopefully the Pacers can pull it off. We got Mr. Rico coming in. Mr. Rico, how you doing there, sir? Good evening. Good evening.
Yo, good
All right,
evening.
thanks for coming in tonight. Miss Terry, Miss Kenyatta, thank you for coming in tonight. What is going on? Go Pacers, go Pacers, go Pacers, go Pacers.
Definitely go Pacers. I don't want to hear them New York people bragging.
Yeah, Miss
I
Audria
mean,
Gant Davis, thanks for coming in. Did you hear about what Tyrese Halliburton did for that New York fan?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was a nice gesture.
yeah. He lives there. He live in New York.
Yeah, I think he's going to pay for a game here.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I thought that was a nice gesture. So that's cool. That's
yeah, yeah.
They threw trash on that man and everything, man.
Yeah,
Some people take it. Some people take that fandom too far, Rico.
they do.
Way too far.
They
Way
do,
too
man.
far.
The fans, it's crazy. I'm just saying, some of the fans, they need to just be fans.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what, even when even when his daddy did that thing, like that's just being a parent, but they took it to where they gotta bar him from the game. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
some
Well,
fans, know how
yeah,
to just shut up or just be cool.
he just got a little over overstimulated. Whatever. He just kind of he overstepped his bounds for no
Yeah,
reason. There's no reason. He just gotta. I think the daddy was more hyped than Tyrese was.
yeah, that's all. I mean, that's just a parent. That's what a parent gonna do.
Yeah,
They're gonna do that. This is, but yeah, some of them fans they do too much.
yeah. Way too much.
I used to have to put up with it. Athletes have to put up with them fans, boy.
Miss Hope, what's going on? Thank you for coming in. Yeah,
Then fans attacking other fans. That's. But I'm a Raiders fan, and I never used. We got crazy fans, but they don't speak for everybody. But then some people be like, "Oh, all the Raiders fans and all the Eagles fans, they just so crazy." But all of us ain't like that. Like,
right.
put your
Yeah,
hands on me. You put your hands on me. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like the New Yorkers, they lucky that lucky he ain't no real Indiana person.
true.
Like it's different. Like get one of them Indiana hood dudes.
Yeah, you're right.
Almost one of
You're
them.
right. You're absolutely right.
They
Uh,
yeah, they started a riot.
there was one real bad incident that happened out in San Diego. Um, it was a baseball game. I think it was San Diego Padres game, and one of the fans was paralyzed permanently because he was. I think he was at a home. Whatever. It was a baseball game, and they beat him up so bad that they paralyzed him for life because he had on a jersey, the wrong jersey. So it's horrible. It like you said, that's taking the fandom way too far. Would you say?
That's taking it way too far. But I guess me being a Raiders fan, they be knowing though, because I didn't walk in the belly of the beast because I got my Raider stuff on and all these Colts fans and the Raiders done beat them. But hey, whatever. You know, they know. We was down at the bar. They was saying little slick stuff, but I was like, I ain't worried about y'all.
Right.
I live here. And that's why I was telling the Colts fans, I live here. I ain't worried about y'all.
Right. Yeah.
Now, I think if I lived somewhere else, they probably would have came different. But I told them I live here. I just root for the Raiders because I'm a Raiders fan. But when the Colts play somebody else, I root for the Colts.
Got it.
That's where I am. I mean, that's how I've been. I've been that way. I was a Raiders fan before the Colts even got here. So.
Right. Man, I got the Yannis tonight. Man, that's 3. Normally I get off after 3 yawns. I can't leave this soon.
It's the weather.
All right. So I'll go into this one and then we'll go into that one. But so we talked about we talked about Carmelo Anthony, the 17-year-old young man down in Texas that unalived Austin Metcalf, one of the twins that were all at a track meet. And I guess lately this young man is getting ready to graduate high school, and he had a 4.0 GPA. And I guess the school's rules are if you have some sort of incident outside, something happens, you can't walk. So he can't walk, but he is able to still get his diploma because he was already passed all his classes and was able to do that. But the father of Austin Metcalf doesn't feel that he should be able to get a diploma, although he already had put in the work prior to the incident that happened. Austin Metcalf's father went up to the school uninvited and was demanding to talk to someone about this young man being able to graduate high school. I just say let the courts handle it in the court stuff. If he was able to still graduate high school and not walk, I think that's fair because he already, did what he was supposed to do to get and to earn those honors before the incident happened. This kind of, I guess, will kind of piggyback into the latter story, or even the title. Self-defense. Does it even exist anymore, or do you have to be the right color? That's the topic. That's what we'll transition into. But that's pretty much it right there. I mean, it's a tragic incident, and I have kids. Rico's got kids, but I teach my kids a certain thing, and other people teach their kids certain things. But the one thing I teach my kids is just leave people alone. Don't go bothering people and picking on people and bullying people and getting in somebody's space and demanding whatever it is. That's not your business. If there's a problem, go to an authority figure and let them handle it. You stay out of it. So I don't want to go back into the story too much, but we just have to understand there is a such thing as self-defense. But unfortunately, it doesn't always apply when you're another color. As far as history wise. So that's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that it's like that. We're not supposed to own guns. We're not supposed to be able to defend ourselves. If something happens to one of us and it's another race, it's always justified. When we do something, it's always a way that we are wrong. Miss Bev Roundtree, thank you for coming in. But I'm just wondering if now self-defense do you have to watch the color of the person that that if you're defending yourself, do you now have to watch who it is? I mean, if you unalive somebody that is in your space that where you feel in fear of your life, if you unalive this person, could you possibly be charged with second degree M or first degree M, or whatever the case is? But we got a young man by the name of Tyler Butler Chase, 27-year-old black man down in Virginia. This man was in his bedroom, sleep, had nice area, nice home, minding his own business, as I would be doing at 2 or 3 in the morning, because I get up for work about 4:30, 4:45. So, if someone was kicking at my door, which this is what happened, there were about 4 teenagers at about 3 a.m. in Virginia that were what they call pranks, were going around and kicking at people's doors. Now, they weren't ringing the doorbell like you used to do when we were kids and run. They weren't doing anything like that. They were kicking at people's doors. This young man, Tyler Butler Chase, had a fence around his house, and they had to go inside of his property, on his property, inside of the backyard to get to his back door. They couldn't just go to his back door. So that means they already entered into private property, onto somebody's property, and then attempted to kick that back door. Now, if I heard somebody, first of all, I'm a light sleeper, but that would definitely I would jump right up, and that would startle me. I have my piece right next to me in the bed with me, and I would just, be ready to get myself to defend mode. I try to get my scruples together as fast as I could and retreat and find out what was going on with my weapon. This young man went to where the noise was coming from in his back door, and he encountered these, what he probably thought were men or perpetrators trying to maybe home invade his home, because this does happen. So as that was happening, he didn't wait on them to get in the door per se. He unloaded a few shots right while they were doing it, and in the midst of that, he hit or injured with the pow, injured 18-year-old Michael Bosworth Jr. Was unalived, and then I guess one was wounded. He believed they were breaking in his home. Now he's under arrest for second degree M. We got a black man that's now arrested for second degree M, and we've got white young men that were, now it's called horseplay. They want to tone it down and act like it was just a prank. It was just horseplay. They weren't doing anything wrong. This young man was on the lacrosse team. He was head of his class. He, comes from an upstanding family. It was just a prank. Nobody deserved to, be unalived. Well, nobody deserves to have their door kicked at until you think somebody's going to kick it in, especially in the days and times that we live in. So I do not feel sorry for that young man. I'm sorry, but condolences to his family, because they weren't there. And when you do stupid actions, sometimes we do not understand the accountability, and also the trickle down effect that it does to people that you love. So if you do something without thinking, and it hurts you physically, it could also hurt everybody that loves you mentally, because of the stupid act of your stupid act. And then you have to accept accountability. So that young man, unfortunately, is no longer here, because he did something that he did not think about at 18 years old. I have a 19-year-old son that does not do anything like that. I'm bragging on my 18-year-old because I've taught him the things that a man should teach a child not to do. It is what it is. I'm sure that young man has a dad and a mom. But somewhere down the line, something went wrong. I mean, he's 18. He has to accept his own actions, and he had to be accountable for what he did, unfortunately. And that until made him lose his life. Mr. Rico.
You said it all. I mean, there you go. Out 3 in the morning doing it.
Let somebody kick your door at 3 in the morning. It might be a cannon that might go off. I don't know.
Anybody doing that is either they trying to break in or they serving them.
Right. That's the only thing we think, right? That's right. That's the only thing that I'd be thinking.
I would think
that's it.
Breaking in my house, or I'm getting or warrant getting you at the wrong house serving a warrant.
That's it. That's it. That's it. So, you know,
I guess they will figure it out. They just got him under arrest because they didn't revoke his rights for now. So he get a good lawyer or whatever. Because yeah, it's messed up. It's messed up. But the parents got to take accountability too. Like what they doing now? I mean, of course he's 18, but 18 don't make you grown either.
No, he still lives at home with his parents.
So exactly. Yeah, he 18 don't make him grown. The young 18 you grown through the system. They classify you as an adult, but other than that, you ain't no.
Yeah, mentally you're not grown.
An adult, yeah. If you was an adult, you would still be alive.
There you go, because you would have made an adult decision and say, "Nah, buddies, we can't go do this, man."
No, I ain't doing that.
No, a grown man would say, "Man, I'm not."
I said, not the times and days we live in. I ain't about to be doing that.
A grown man to say, "I'm not doing that." What are you talking? Hey, buddy, I ain't doing that.
So, that's what I said. Even when I was GBing and everything, I still wasn't doing certain stuff when we went out. I already knew the ones that was great go out and not try to knock somebody's head off, but I was the one that I ain't, because I'm affiliated with y'all, so I'm gonna have to. So I mean, I'm gonna get it anyway for being with y'all.
Right.
But I ain't. Only time I'm defending myself when I got to, and that's when you say the breathing self-defense kick in. You know, you should practice. Everybody should practice self-defense, some kind of form of self-defense. But it's a Chinese proverb, or either Bruce Lee said it, that the best fight to win is never get involved in one.
I like that. I like that.
It was either it's a Chinese proverb or Bruce Lee. My guy Bruce Lee either said that, but I've heard that, and I've heard that in self-defense, being in that's the best way is not. That's the best way to win the fight is not to engage in one.
Okay.
Not to entice in one, like, yeah. But be prepared.
Yeah.
Always prepare yourself. Whatever. So yeah, you're supposed to be self-defense, and that's why it was always self-defense was always taught to be prepared for whatever happens.
Right.
You know, and you keep that regimen up, and it's just your instinct. God forbid something happen, but when it does happen, you will survive it because you was already ready for it.
You was already ready. So yeah, man, that's yeah. Jeree says she loves that, Rico. Yeah, I mean that's true. Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Yeah, this is how you got to think, man. It's just, and tell her thank you. But that's how you got to think, though. It's just like this. It's crazy, man. And the ones that do all the talking is the ones that don't. They really can't. They can't do anything. The ones that do all the troublemaking, they can't handle the consequences. Them the same ones that's gonna rat on their friends. But you was the one doing all the woofing and talking. But now I know why you talk so much. So yeah. They always say the quiet people are the ones, the dangerous ones. No, the quiet people are the observant. We see all the BS. It just happens. But that's messed up. It's messed up.
Yeah. They always say let them get in your house and then you're good. You know, that's I've always been told that. But
I don't understand that, man. And then even if he, what he did, they charged him with that. And when I told you about what my friend said, man, if you did that, they would have. But how you gonna protect yourself? How you say you protect your home and then somebody break in and you do them while they in there, and then you still got to get in trouble? Like, oh, you should have called the police first. So I'm supposed to go in my room, hide, and wait for y'all to get there. It mind boggles me, man. It's like, what am I supposed to do? It's crazy. But crazy. I guess you do right. You try your best to do right. And
everybody's trying to do the right thing, man. This man was, doing the right thing in the bed sleep, man. He wasn't doing nothing wrong. They even have them on a neighbor's surveillance camera, man. They look like burglars. They had on hoodies, bro. You didn't know if they were white or black, to be honest with you. You didn't know what color they were. So they look like straight up burglars and robbers. See, they could have all of them been unalived. All of them.
Crazy. Right. And it's the fashion now too. Somebody just to have a mask.
Crazy, on. Man. They got on hoodies. They got the hoodies tied up tight. They could have been, all of them could have been gunned down, man. I'm sorry, man.
Playing pranks, man. That's crazy.
Playing a damn prank, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
It is, man.
Parents,
make sure you tell these kids.
Involved, man. We got parents. We got to get involved, though.
Hey, man, these new parents, man, these younger parents, man, y'all need to stay on these kids. Make sure you know what they're doing. Make sure you know what they got going on. Make sure you stay in to the trends. You know what what the new trends are. You know what the new pranks are. You need to, if you're a younger parent and you got younger children, you need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on. You need to teach your children accountability. Tell them they have to be accountable for everything they do, and tell them the do's and the don'ts. I mean, I know it's no book on this, no handbook, but as an older parent now, hey, I know what you're not supposed to do and what you're supposed to do, period. So, it starts at home. And if you guys don't get it together with these kids, we're going to have another generation of a bunch of dumbasses, so we got
I love children. I love the youth. I love them too. I love to see them do stuff with themselves, especially the ones that they're gonna do something with themselves. But I hate to hear the stuff that they be doing, and it's like, man, it's crazy. Because like you said, head of the class, lacrosse team, stuff like that. Those good, like, that hurts me when I hear like, dang, you out here playing pranks, but you doing this, and I know you still a child, but dude, don't make sense, man. Don't make sense. Even with the football, I mean the track thing with the little, Carmelo Anthony. Like, y'all, come on. They got all sports pictures of them. They all sports, doing sports. Like, y'all supposed to be doing sports, and sports is not a promised thing to make it out of where you win, but it gives you something to do. And look what happens. Even if you in sports, here they go, playing horseplay, or doing too much, or trying to be adults, or trying to handle situations they just need to just chill. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I was a boy once, but I always knew when tonight be like, man, I'm trying to get home to my mom tonight. My mom gonna kill me if I do that. My mom gonna go crazy if I get caught. So that's what I always think. Man, my daddy, he gonna go nuts. my daddy really gonna be to get into me. And then my mom and dad didn't even live together, but I already know it gets to him. So that was my thing. Like, yeah, I did a lot of little under the radar, but man, I always thought if my parents find out or my older brothers now. So I don't care how square they call me. I'll be with y'all tomorrow. I'm going home. Y'all already know. And then people would like, that's why I said if parents get more involved and they know their parents is strong a certain way, they be like, yeah, I already know how your mama is. So I ain't even, because they knew how my mom was. My friends my mom found out that I was with them. And she gonna get them too. And she gonna call. Did you know that they was? I was like, man, don't let her find out nothing. So, man, that's crazy. I hate that. I hate to hear about you with the confidence.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, Rico.
They just ruin their life. I hate to hear that.
Yeah. Well, they ruin their lives with these dumbass pranks and shit, Rico. So, it's dumbass pranks. You got the young girl that pulled the little girl's teeth out the other day that I talked about. I mean, you got these young people doing some of the most horrific and horrible. Huh?
Yeah, they doing it like man. They gotta get back in the church, man. I'm ready, not really back in the church.
No, you're right.
They gotta get back to God and fearing what's gonna happen to them.
But people need
to come with everything, man.
People need to get kids back in church from when people need to get kids back in church, Rico. Like
I wouldn't even say church like that. Just get them spiritual. Just get them more spiritual.
Well, spiritual, but it has to be spiritual of God, the spirituality of God.
That's what I'm saying. Spiritual. Yeah. Get them God fearing. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. When I went to church, it gave me a conscience level.
Yeah.
Even after I didn't go to church, I still had that conscience built up. But I had to learn that from Bible school and stuff like that. And I still think when kids are little, I think you should make them go to church. Hopefully you got your grandma, hopefully somebody, it's just hard if the parents ain't about church or nothing like that, then they not gonna teach their kids that.
And you're right, because you're right. That's my mom she made us go. Even when she didn't go, she made us go still.
Yeah. And it was fun though, Rico. It was fun.
It was fun.
I mean, I had fun at Bible school and stuff. That's
vacation
fun,
Bible
man.
school. Eric, remember vacation Bible school?
Yeah. That was fun, man. I used to look forward to that.
Yeah.
In the summertime, I used to look forward to that. Yeah. And I remember I had to teach the class one time because the teacher didn't show up. I was a little kid and I was teaching other kids about, I mean, it's cool, man. That's the stuff that we grew up. That's why we are the way we are now. Even though we slid a little bit, maybe for a long time, we transitioned because we always had that conscience built in us.
We always had God's hand on our
shoulders. And it was put in us as in a seed when we were little. So,
I agree.
That gave us conscience, even though we did all kinds of stuff. You still had respect for old ladies and old men and elderly people. Mm-hmm. As I did when I was in the streets. I had respect for people. I had respect for people that I sold drugs to. I had respect for them still. I didn't look at them as they were a piece of shit or just because they had an addiction. I still respected these people. Most of them were always older than me, a lot older than me, old enough to be my fathers, grandfathers. And so, again, a respect level that other people, kids don't have now. They look at us like old. Most of them call me OGs, but then sometimes they may look at us differently, man. Like we don't know what the hell we old men that don't know what we're talking about,
But they'll think about it. They'll think about it once they walk away, and they'll think about it.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I just I like I said, you were definitely right on that when you said the spirituality and things need to be placed in children. If it can't be church, at least some Bible-based things to be put in kids so that they can have a little bit of conscious level and just make better better adults and better teenagers to make better decisions in life, about being more compassionate to others and things, because that is what I'm seeing that's been lost.
Yeah.
When you got teenagers kicking old people in the head and pushing them down, and taking paintball guns and shooting them while they riding bicycles, and these are old people and they falling off, and the kids or young people think it's funny, and they like to see people hurt and injured. Now, I don't know if that's because of video games. You're mature enough to know that video games aren't messing with your brain and telling you to be not have a conscious level. But I think when you get a kid on a game when they're little, at the wrong kind of games, they already said statistically it does change your brain. If you play video games from a certain age to a certain age, a certain type of video game, I don't know, it could change things in your brain.
You could rewire it. Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm not a neuroscientist, but I know that I think that the kids today have lost their compassion level because of video games. But yeah, Terry, you're right. It's all about respect, though. We got to teach kids respect. You got to teach them that. You got to teach them that. They don't know it when they're born. You got to teach it to them. So it is what it is. My mother cooked. I always say my mom was hard on me. She kept her foot in my ass. That's it. I mean, she was a hard mom, and I love her for that. And I respect everybody, and it just that's just the way I think you got to be, especially with boys. But damn near with young women now, you got to keep your foot in their ass too, because they slick and they're doing fast things that they shouldn't be doing as well. So.
Yeah.
But I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. I'm gonna get ready for the Pacer game. Go Pacers! Make sure you like the video, like this video. I appreciate everybody that came in tonight. I hope we get some sun soon. I'm praying for some sun. It may not be too warm this weekend, but I'm at least praying for some sun. All right, Mr. Rico, I'll holler at you this weekend, my brother. See what's going down.
Yeah, bro.
All righty, take it easy. All right. Peace.
Peace.